Hi, this is Sonia and welcome back to my art channel. Just a quick intro to this video because it sort of just gets going into it. It's basically what I'm going to call an art vlog. It's a look at art I've done this week. I think there's a little bit of a section from Tuesday and then from yesterday. So yeah, it's just me talking through my own art. Just to say, I'm also trying to read about other people's art and writers who, you know, focus on art as a topic as well, because that kind of encourages me and helps me, you know, sometimes feel not so alone in what I'm doing or trying to do. So this one is called I picked this one up and I've only just started it. I'll let you know when I finish it, but it's totally, I'm enjoying the writing. It's got some pictures of art as well, and it's called The Story of Drawing, an Alternative History of Art by Susan Owens. And I love drawing, so I'm always interested in, I love to read writers who sort of raise drawing, like, you know, drawing for me, sometimes finished drawings are more exciting to me than sometimes the more completed paintings. So that's just a book I'm trying out. And yeah, on with the video. I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you next time. Bye. Just wanted to show what I'm doing this morning. Is it Tuesday? I'm altering. I don't think I showed these works because I'd put them in a pile for altering. I'm not sure about them. If I can't get them to a state that, I don't know what this is. Some of these I might trim down and stick them in the sketchbook. I guess it's just for ideas. But yeah, these ones actually are really rough. I think some of these little pieces are on, that's not even a still life. Okay. So there are some though I do want to change. Let me just show you this one. This one I've come in and I really liked the under here. I've masked it off. I like this one, but I felt it needed something else, and I've just covered. Okay, I've got a bit of red wash, and I was like, let's do some stripes. I want it to be really graphic. I probably won't alter anymore. So yeah, I thought I'd spend the morning altering some works. Like, okay, oh my gosh, I'm trying to do this one-handed. I should have just put it in the overhead camera. Let me move this aside. So this one, these ones, I think I want to add a little bit more dark blue, and then maybe it'll be at a stage where I kind of like them. This one I kind of like. I think the problem is because maybe go over that blue again, because I know it's an original piece of art in some ways. Does it matter? But from a print point of view, it may do. This one here, I wasn't sure about this one. I was like, should I recycle it? But I actually quite like it, and I thought maybe come in with some white on that. And then this one, I didn't like it really until I looked at it again today, and if I come in, I think I'm going to change that plate and make that white. So look, sometimes we recycle work or we get rid of it. Other times it is worth, if you have got the space. I have like box files where I feel, you know, sort of quite nice actually. I got them on, I can't remember where I got them. I have to show them where I just keep work, and then if it's scanned, I sort of file it in different piles. But yeah, some work I'm not even sure about, but I keep it just in case I do want to come in and alter it. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. So now I'm on my floor. It's like Thursday morning. I'm just having a sort out again. I feel like every couple of days, because I chop and change what I'm working on, I need to have a sort out. But I thought it might be quite fun just to show some of the different works. Yeah, for anyone else who's messy, it's like, what did my kid say about his closet? It's organised chaos. Yeah, I'm going to say it's organised chaos. So I've got my box of, to be fair, this week it's interesting. I wanted to talk about this because I have been actually, I don't know if I've taken on too much than I can. I always say I'll keep things simple, but yeah, I will always want to do more. What? Hello? What's this? Oh my gosh, someone wrote on this. That's one of the kids. So yeah, basically I'm making like 3 videos a week at the moment. I don't think that's probably sustainable. I don't know if anyone's seen my 10-minute art series. I think I'm going to do a series of 5 for the joy of drawing. That's been quite fun though, and I think I'll bring it back here and maybe do 15-minute abstracts or 15-minute art in the future, because 10 minutes isn't long. It's been a good series. So then I also want to, this week I've been working, it's really boring, I can show it on my laptop, but that's just computer work for me, like working on a website and totally updating it and adding, I wanted to add a shop, because this is my box of scanned work. It's work that I've scanned into the computer. Some of them exist as prints. And I think I linked in my last video, my print shops. But basically, yeah, this is just sitting here, really. And I thought maybe there's some work here that, quite frankly, we'll see. I might put it on for sale at an affordable price as I can. And then otherwise, I'm just going to paint over it again. But maybe give people the option in case people want it. Because often everyone's like, oh, don't paint over that. But some work, quite frankly, I can't keep. Because I like to make a lot of work in that kind of, I believe in the whole David Shrigley. You have to make a lot of work, and then out of the work, 2% you might want to keep or end up as prints. But that's just how I really enjoy art at the moment, and I don't want to give that up. But it does mean I end up with, like, this is sort of a lot of stuff. This is actually my more recent work. Yeah, I really got into, thanks to this sort of 10-minute drawing exercise. I was like, well, this is quite fun. You get some fun little miniatures. And then you can still scan this sort of work in, but it just lets me play about with painting with gouache. These ones, see, I've trimmed, these ones need to be scanned. So I've got a to be scanned pile. This one needs to be finished off. Why is that here? Just chuck it. Yeah, there's gonna be lots of ums in this video, because quite frankly, I'm not completely sure what I'm doing. So these are abstracts. So yeah, I've got still life, colourful still life, florals, and I've got my sketchbook. I keep sketchbooks on the floor because I'm going between different sketchbooks due to the whole adding. I like to add, and even pieces of paper, because I add some to get layers. I need to let work dry. Should we just, while I'm here, so I don't have to do too much editing. Oh, I love this gold gouache. I really like this. It's a jelly gouache, and it's super, I assume it's probably not very, I don't know what's in it, but yeah, basically this is my ongoing. I think I'm going to do a bit of a sketchbook tour of this halfway through, because this book is going to be massive. It's going to take me ages to fill, and if I end up doing a full sketchbook tour, that's going to like go on forever. So maybe I'll just do halfway. Also, it'll get me to think about what I'm doing with it and where it's going. So this is my like altered sketchbook. Then I've still got, I still love to have, what's all this? Okay, this was I like this little portrait. It's not unfinished, but I don't think I'm going to get to finish it. I might just keep it as it is and stick it up. Then I realised a lot of my work was all modelled together, so I tried to sort out some little landscapes. I really like these little landscapes, so I might just add them to a shop, or they give me some ideas also for more sort of landscape processes. These were the little ones I did years ago on arches. This is really good paper. This is like I accidentally bought the wrong size of arches, but it worked well for this sort of, these landscapes. And weirdly, I really like this. I don't know why, this landscape. It's sort of an imaginary, like from a dream. But yeah. So that's landscapes, and I've still got, not even correctly, that will have to go in a different box. Then I have these bits of, these are fun. I love these bits of paper. I know I showed these last time, but here's a few more. I mean, this is not, these are the early stages. This is just when I have leftover bits of paper and then I add to them. And I've got some, let's have a look, more I'll go up to my desk and show some other work in a bit. Like this is looks a bit not finished at all, but there's layers. So under here, I can't even remember, there's a drawing, and then I had, you can tell, I had a lot of leftover muddy, neutral gouache, and it was just sitting on my plate, and I'm like, well, let's just use it. So this is like fun. I don't know where this is going, but isn't that, they just change so much, and it's with cheapy materials. I don't know how I could get that free with my expensive materials, but anyway. I don't know, I quite like that. Yeah, I don't know, I'm having fun with these. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to give up this practice. Yeah. What have I got here? Oh, more. Why is that in my collage box? That's really bad filing. All sort of land. I did this one this week using nice gouache. I want to do like a... So here's the thing with series. A lot of artists will make a series of work, and they'll make several pieces, or I don't know, and they'll keep on that. I can't do that. So I did this. I just wanted to have fun with sort of a very loose mark making technique, as abstract, sort of that stippling, and I wanted to bring in sort of a bit more fun, explorative, call it what you want, naive kitsch landscapes. This is an old, but I think what will happen is I will then come back to this and make this some more again, but I still end up jumping around. This is a very old landscape that actually did very well as a print on a website where I sell prints. I call it a pink landscape, and I think you see why. And it was sort of really loosely based actually on Palm Springs. So yeah, these are like more landscapes. So maybe when I end up getting some together that are all in a similar vein, it's maybe similar, I can just then make them into a series. And it's also nice to have them. I don't want to necessarily let this work go or recycle it at the moment, because quite frankly, I can carry on. I can do some more of these. And I think I painted these with nice gouache as well, so I could put them up for sale eventually. Or these ones I don't think I even... But yeah, I obviously moved on to... I worked in a certain way, and then I moved on to something else. So... trying to pile up my paper, and I'm squatting on the floor. Okay, I think I'm going to now go up to my desk and show you some other stuff. Okay, coming bang up to date. This was what I was working on last night before I went in. Came out for a bit. And yeah, this is in my loose sketchbook. I've shown it, so now it's becoming more colourful, but underneath was I used up some gouache, and then I'm coming on top with sort of just remembered scenes and making my own marks, going my own way. So that's the latest. And then also, hold on a second, did I add any more in this one? Yeah, so I've prepared a couple more pages. I don't like this, but I like the flowers. So I'm going to do something with this one as well, but I'm probably going to still work on... Actually, let's just close it for the time being. And then here I've been putting down paper when I've been painting, as you can see. Just otherwise it's very messy sometimes. More bits of paper on my desk. I want to explore... the artist Justin Mortimer said paint what scares you was a tip he got given by an art tutor at school, and that sort of stayed with him, and you can see that in his work. I find that actually, quite frankly, very scary to paint what's... I don't know if I want to go there, but sometimes I do. So I'm trying to I guess I saw this figure emerge in this abstract. So at the moment I'm only going to be doing it with really terrible bits of paper and in my maybe altered sketchbooks. But yeah, there's sort of like a ghostly figure coming through. This is really, I'm sharing with you some really experimental ideas. Oh, then I found all these bits of paper occasionally I'm glad I keep this. I can overwork bits of paper and then they have to go. But this one I found, and interestingly, I was like, oh, this is terrible, this still life. But I ended up covering it, thinking I'd make it into an abstract. But actually, I really like the sort of table has come through. You can sort of see where the old flowers were. So I'm going to still keep going with that in a fun way. As I say, I have next to me bits of paper that then I can grab. Okay, this one I've cut up. This had a figure on it and I've stuck it into, I really want to show I've nearly finished my other loose abstract sketchbook, and I've cut out the figure I liked. It was of the kids, and there was one picture of the kids I liked, but this one I can use is just going to build up. These bits, so I keep these next to me because then when I have odds and ends or the paper, I want to break. Maybe I've been doing some other work or admin and I just want to play around for 10 minutes. I've got just got fun little scraps of paper. I wanted to try also to use good gouache to get braver with abstracts on smaller bits of paper, but using my good materials. So when I just to see some ideas for maybe for canvases in the future, or even just as miniature abstracts, and they could also be scanned in. This one is just building up. Do you ever do, so this was a workshop, I found going through all my papers was worth it. I found all these bits of paper, like some from workshop where I was teaching on screen, and I did this really quick sketch from a master copy, but the idea was to do expressive colours. And I was like, should I just recycle it and in the bin? But I was like, no, actually, let's come on in and use this and then jazz it up with paint as I go. And who knows where this is. Could end up like a clown face. You get to sort of play around. Okay, more these big bits. This one I really like. I don't know why. I think it's the colours. Sort of use some metallics. There's something a little bit that sort of really. So Philip Gastronomy, he's got that sort of brushwork which is terribly obvious, but not, it's not smooth. And I don't know what this is. That's to be used. I think otherwise. This is what I use as a paint palette at the moment, sometimes when I'm really quickly getting out. But I will maybe do an abstracted landscape on it, like use it as inspiration. The white has gone. It's like I can really, it's not going to be, I don't know why I like working on top of these bits of palettes, but there we go. This was actually a watercolour, some good watercolour paper, and then I smudged it in with, I don't know what I've put, I think this is acrylic on the top, just to see what sort of a surface I would get to then do something on top of. So yeah, it's quite fun. I don't know if everyone has space for this, maybe not, or thinks this is completely crazy, but I just do like to have these weird little pile of paper sometimes to hand. I think I might have shown it last time. Sometimes they just sit here. And then I've just got a little bit of like, what's the word? Recess, playtime. If I've got a bit of playtime, I can, but not a lot of time. And I don't want to start, even like in my 10-minute exercises, I'm starting with a relatively blank bit of paper, though I could suggest people come with old drawings and alter them. But in general, on the joy drawing, I'm trying to keep it's more sort of a traditional, I feel, drawing, sort of non-profit and about traditional skills. So I am trying to keep it more, let's do a proper drawing in 10 minutes. Well, as close to, yeah, anyway, you know what I mean. So, but this is for you guys who love just creative, like squirrels. Here's some ideas in case you just, I like to, jump around. And this is what I've been this week. As I say, my desk is, one thing before, I think what's going to be the end of this video, if I've got time to grab it. Yeah, one thing I have been loving and doing a lot of, I want to finish off this sketchbook, which is, I know I've talked about, is quite precious to me actually. I have to be really gentle with it now. I'm no chucking this down because this is like, someone just text me, this is just building up into a because I saw on Substack, I think Austin Kleon had mentioned his newsletter, 10 Things I Love, and he mentioned that in one of the points that CNN had done an article on junk journaling, and how it's, you know, becoming super popular at the moment. It's sort of relatively a trend. And I was thinking it's weird because I myself, I'm not doing as such junk journaling, but I feel like I'm doing my own equivalent of, what should we call it, scrapbooking in a weird way. Like because I have all these bits of paper, and because then you can use recycle, you can use your paper bags, you could use the back of letters, anything, if you're drawing on them. Sometimes you end up with these piles of scraps, and they just, like, as you've seen with my actual prints, they end up in boxes, and you don't look, they're hard to in some ways look through. But this is a way of maybe my own junk art, what should I call it, junk art journaling. Like, I'm using my own, most of the time, my own art, though you could stick in other bits and bobs. And yeah, so a lot of these pages, originally I was going to cover the pages and draw, because it's nice, to be fair, it's a nice paper. This is also happening in my Everything Goes art journal. It's becoming a place to, I can show that in a minute. I actually have got quite a lot of work to show. But just quickly, I wanted to share that, yeah, this, because it is now becoming a place that I still want to finish. The pre-prepared paper I want to draw on, and that page I showed, you can see I'm a little bit all over the place, jumping around, but that's how it goes. The page I first showed, I was trying to do flat faces, because it's totally incorrect drawing, yet there's something very like sort of Egyptian, that side on where I did the big eye. I deliberately wanted to test myself with doing that. Here we go. Here's junk. Is this junk art journaling? This probably is my scrapbooking. What I have, so these pieces, I don't necessarily want to make them into prints. Some of them, I don't know what I painted them with, to be honest with you. I'm not sure I would even sell them. They were just sitting around in boxes, and I was like, I like them. I think I want to have them to look at for ideas. And I don't want to stick them into, you know, a sketchbook like this, which the paper is actually good. But I have got, with these old, if you buy these books or cheap books, you can maybe cut out some pages. You do sometimes, if you're going to do this, as I've talked about before, one big tip for anyone who's new to this is take out some pages so you've got more room to, obviously otherwise it will get too big. But you can stick in work as well, and it sort of files it for myself. And also here, like this spread, this is all stuck in. These were like my kids' drawings that, you know, it's rather sad. I think I wanted to memorise this, because anyone who's got kids, at first they do so much art. They're producing and they give you all their stuff and you know what to do with it. And now they're becoming sort of teenagers and older. They don't want to draw as much. So I was like, oh, you know, the work that is left, when I do find fun sketch, they're like, oh, I don't want this anymore, mummy. These sketchbooks, I don't want to keep everything. But I'm keeping some stuff and then adding to them. So this is me adding. I think one of the kids did this sort of rather spooky figure. Here, this is one of the kids' figures. And I've added, it gave me license to really play in a really loose way. But I am still, also you can use bring in the text and use it for drawing on, like have it coming through. So there's a multitude of ways to use an altered sketchbook. Okay, yeah, here I'm trying to get a bit, just play with the pencil on this grey, but loosely drawing from a master. That's I'm trying to show you more recent ones, because I know I've flicked through this. But can I just say, I won't do this. One of the things I won't do again, just in terms of reflecting in a YouTube video, is to go in and out of journal, because it's really confusing, like which pages are unfinished. Just quickly, okay, and finally, yeah, I pick up and put down journals. This is my Anything Goes journal. And I haven't got that much left in it. I've put that so I know where I'm at. I discovered recently that, I was thinking about this paper, I don't love this paper for drawing, really. It's fine. It's very smooth. So I was like, I can stick in. I just use it for sticking and writing. So as you saw last week, I've shown all this. But I am being. It is like talking about junk journaling. This was something me writing about what series do I have? How can I organise my work a bit? The work on paper. So I was trying to like think of all the different themes, and then so I jumped from trying to still practice drawing portraits to sticking in old work and trying to analyse it a bit. But I like that. And then there's still scope for me also that's one of my kids' drawings, to do writing as well. So yeah, okay. Yeah, that is a look through my I guess it's my attempt to talk about my week in art. And yeah, some of it I can't show because it's pretty boring. It's trying to like build a website again, and yeah, making videos. And what was the other thing I'm trying to do? Oh, updating. I want to do I have to do some scanning. I always put that off, getting the scanner out, and then I have to edit the pieces to submit them for print shops. But anyway, that's me. I hope wherever you are, you're having fun. Maybe you've been drawing along as I've been waffling on about my own work and some ideas. And yeah, I hope you're doing some drawing, and I hope you have a lovely, enjoy creating, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.